I want to turn to a story we're hearing from a great deal from viewers and listeners in Nigeria, these growing protests. Nigeria's head of police has now ordered his men to stop using force against protesters. He's also ordered the unconditional release of all those arrested during the demonstrations. Let me show you these pictures from Monday. Police using live ammunition against people demonstrating in Lagos, Nigeria's biggest city. They've also been using powerful water cannons. Amnesty International says at least 10 protesters have been killed so far. And scenes like these from today have also been going on, and it's been happening for a week now. The demonstrators are calling for a notorious police unit known as SARS to be scrapped. It's the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and it's widely accused of human rights violations, including torture and extrajudicial killings. These are the type of abuses protesters want to stop. This is footage from 2014 showing a man being hit by armed policemen as they hurl abuse at him. There are also claims of daily persecution of ordinary Nigerians. Young people in particular say they're routinely harassed by SARS and allegedly extorted for money too. Here are some of the protesters.
I'm a woman. I come back at night. Police will tell me that where did I get money to buy my vehicle? They'll call me prostitute. We cannot do that. I work too hard for my money, man.
Stop killing our boyfriends. Stop killing our children. Stop. Mothers are crying. Stop killing them.
End SARS now, today, not tomorrow. End SARS now.
Well, on Sunday, the authorities tried to placate the protesters by announcing the dissolution of SARS, but protesters say they've heard the promises before. This is the same head of police speaking last year.
The operation of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, which is currently centralized at the Force Headquarters, is hereby decentralized.
Become more than just about that one police unit. The protesters are now listing further demands. In this poster, for example, they include the creation of an independent body to oversee the allegations of abuse. And they say until all of their demands are met, the unrest, the protests will continue. Well, let's hear from Ruth Olufan in Lagos. She's with the Clean Foundation that promotes police reform in Nigeria.
So what you see that is still happening goes beyond just the dissolution of SARS to external issues revolving around the need for lasting, sustainable police reform. So people are still on the streets because overall, the policing culture by the Nigerian police, the management, and in terms of the policing architecture, it's at its lowest ebb. You cannot compare that with best global practices. Over time, you've had a police institution that has been so far alienated from the people. So you see that there are still issues of extortion. Despite a clear example, you have cases of bail is free. So the police will commonly tell you that bail is free. But yet you still have people being extorted at the various police stations, on the roads, at checkpoints, at roadblocks. You cannot move easily. You still have the police extorting. And if you are not able to part some few naira notes, you end up being your rights being violated. Either you're asked to park. And then in terms of what you see on the streets, where you have the average Nigerian youth hitting the streets, there has been a policing culture that targets young Nigerian youths that are perhaps seen in flashy cars, and these are seen as internet fraudsters.
Well, next, here's the latest on this story from the BBC's Ishaq Khalid in the capital, Abuja.
What we've seen today is that the protest has grown bigger and spread wider to around a dozen cities across the country, but we've seen less violence compared to yesterday, Monday, when we saw multiple casualties among the protesters and even the police officers. But what is not clear is whether the measures the authorities are taking will actually convince and satisfy the protesters and stop taking to the streets. One thing some people are saying is that there is a sense that there is more to these protests than police brutality. Ishaq Khalid, BBC News, Abuja.